In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Kashiful Khair and I am from Chemistry Department and my ID is 018. And my topic of presentation is explosive chemistry. And the second part of my presentation is a concept of propellants and safety and environmental consideration of explosive. So, a propellant is a material that is used to move an object by applying a motive force. We can say that a propellant is a low density explosive. This may or may not involve a chemical reaction. It may be a gas, liquid, plasma, or before the chemical reaction, a solid. Common chemical propellants consist of a fuel like gasolines, jet fuels, and rocket fuel, and an oxidizer. In aerosol spray cans, the propellant is simply a pressurized vapor in equilibrium with its liquid. As some gas escapes to expel the payload, more liquid evaporates, maintaining an even pressure. So, what are a propellant? Some think that propels, such as an explosive for propelling projectiles, fuels plus oxidizer used by a rocket engine, and a gas which is kept under pressure in a bottle or can for expelling the content when the pressure is released. So, what is the difference between explosive and propellants? The difference between the deflagration and detonation. Basically, explosive do detonation and propellants do deflagration. So, the difference between a deflagration and detonation is the mechanism whereby energy required to activate the explosive reaction is transferred from reacted to unreacted material. But in a deflagration, the mechanism of propagation of the explosion reaction into unburned material is by heat and mass transfer. The second difference between explosive and propellant is that propellant correspond to deflagration rather than detonation like explosive. The major difference between propellants and explosive is that propellants provide a much greater duration of pressure with a significantly lower loading rate in the borehole, and explosive provides a much lower duration of pressure with a significantly higher loading rate. Propellants are known as low explosive and they are mixtures of chemical that burn very rapidly but subsuinely as opposed to subsuinally, meaning that they are deflagrate and they consist typically of fuel and an oxidizer. But in normal or in common way, we can say that propellants are low density explosives. Now we will see the safety and environmental consideration of explosive. The environment is an inseparable part of the well-being, health, and survival of civilians. Destruction of environment during conflicts not only affect public health directly in the immediate aftermath through air and water pollution, but also affects long-time recovery due to destruction of livelihood depending on environmental resources. So, adverse environmental impacts on human health, including the generation of huge volumes of debris and waste, and the release of hazardous materials such as asbestos, industrial chemicals, and fuels. So, additionally, damage to industrial facilities can result in chemical spills and land and water contamination, while damage to water supply and wastewater sanitation facilitates or the collapse of solid waste infrastructure can result in pollution, and pollution in return will affect the environment and the humans also. So, grappling with mountains of debris, we will see how explosive destroy the mountains of debris. City space reduces a rubble or emblematic of the USA of Ivapa, but their cleanup is one of the most overlooked in recovery efforts. So, the geographic spread of rubble from the use of Avipia has huge implication on setting up complex logistic operation for debris recovery, transport, trucking, and finding suitable disposable sites. In Mosul, simply trucking the debris out of the city in the initial phase had a price tag of approximately 1,000 millions US dollar. So, one of the biggest challenges of debris management is timing street debris, which is usually cleared within the first 6 to 12 months. But this only typically represent 15 to 20% of the total debris, and the majority will be generated as demining operation advanced and building are demolished, which typically spans several years and sometimes decades. So, furthermore, the presence of explosive remnants in the debris is a significant challenge with important cost implication, including ensuring personal safety, conducting time consuming technical surveys, and identifying proper disposable or recycling options. The next is pollution from industrial infrastructures. Damage to industrial facilities often result in the release of toxic chemicals causing air, water, and soil pollutions. And according to a recent report from Action on Armed Violence in Ukraine, Donbass, 36 mines have now flooded and are likely to have released methane gas and toxic heavy metals into local groundwater pools, which had the potential to pollute key water supplies. So, eye facilities are frequently targeted and sub-targeted during conflicts, which has lasting ramifications for local population and habitats. Now, we will study the impact of uh, uh, explosive on our health. So, damage to wastewater and drinking water supply system leads to contamination and pose serious environmental health with impact in the Ukraine and in the shelling of run-down water facilities and network, which is located in the vicinity of the contact line between government-controlled terrorists and non-government controlled terrorists. According to them, in 2017, more than half of Libya's schools did not have access to quality drinking water or sanitation facilities, according just because of explosives. Effect of environment. Explosive weapons can devastate a landscape. They can reduce building to toxic rubble and destroy a long cherished trees. They can contaminate the soil for decades as cause poison to leach into once healthy rivers. They can decimate ecosystem and disturb the harmony of nature. Dynamite fishing destroys both the food chain and the corals where the fish nest and grows. Blast fishing kills the entire food chain, including plankton, fish both large and small, and the juveniles that do not grow old enough to swim. Heat from the explosion can affect the properties of building materials. This can cause material to lose flexibility, which may contribute to progressive collapse. Heat from the explosion can also ignite fires. The use of heavy explosive weapons can affect the built environment over a wide area. What should we do to save our environment from the explosive? The just next step is the latest version of a draft political declaration to protect citizens from explosive incorporated the issue of environmental ramification such as contamination of air, soil, groundwater, and other resources. Future declaration must include these environmental impacts as core component. And by so, thank you so much. That's all from my side.